My video for November the 30th, 2018 is video number 2923. The title is The Biggest Con Game Ever Invented. If you've been listening to my daily videos for any period, you already know what I'm going to say. Money. Yes, it's been fraud for millennia, fine-tuned to the point where a relative handful of so-called elite control 90% of the money supply for their own nefarious purposes. Why am I talking about this at this time? Well, it's about my personal situation, and even more specifically, my car. Wednesday morning, it would not start. After 4 tries, I finally called a tow truck to take it to my auto mechanic shop 3 miles from my home. It ended up costing me nearly half of my monthly income. Once I pay my rent on December 1st, I will have less than $200 to last me 4 more weeks until my next Social Security deposit. That has to pay for my internet and phone, gasoline, food, and a few other monthly expenses. Yes, that puts me on a very tight budget. I had already planned on replacing my right front axle that I was told is cracked. It makes noise when I make right turns. The estimate for that repair is even higher than what I spent yesterday. I strongly dislike the entire money scam. It is a demonic system devised to keep the masses enslaved while presenting the delusion of freedom. As the title indicates, it's the biggest con game ever invented. I wasn't planning on making this video or a video on this subject, but I didn't plan on having a car that wouldn't start yesterday. Yes, it's a little bit colder than it normally is in Florida, and I thought it wasn't my battery because I just had that replaced less than a year ago, and I didn't know exactly what it was, but it just would not turn over. And even when the tow truck came, they tried to get it started by boosting my battery and putting some piece of equipment connected to my battery to supercharge it, and they couldn't get it started either. I didn't know if it was the alternator or exactly what it was. It ended up being a wire. Now bear in mind, my car is a 2001 vehicle. And it has over 200,000 miles on it now. And apparently one of the wires, I don't know what causes that, but one of the wires shorted out. And of course, with a short in the electrical system, it's not going to start, as we determined. And it cost me a lot of money. The total bill for towing and the car repairs was $429, rounded off, throwing the change away, rounded it off to the highest dollar. And of course, I had to put that money out. And my rent is due tomorrow, which actually it's due the day after tomorrow because I'm recording this on the 29th. But I have to pay that, and that will leave me very little income for the rest of, for the whole month of December, which of course, Christmas is coming up and I've got grandkids and things like that, but even just my own expenses, I'm hard pressed to cover it. And I don't like, folks, believe me, I don't like even suggesting that I need donations. People have helped me at times in the past, but I do not make it a practice to ask for money. I do not charge for my videos. I do not monetize my videos. And I've explained the reason why I don't monetize them. I used to monetize them at one time, and I used to get a little bit of money every other month. $120, $130 pretty much every other month. But then all of a sudden it stopped. And after 6 months of not getting anything, I just simply stopped monetizing my videos. I realized that YouTube was no longer going to pay me for my videos. And of course, my numbers dropped after I had my, after I lost my home and had my surgery and everything. Well, in the reverse order that happened. But in any case, I am at a point where I'm going to make it, because my son, there's a little bit of a fund that my son and I share, so to speak. It's money that I had paid him when I was living with him that he didn't take. So I do still have a little bit of that left to draw on, but that wears thin. Now, ironically, I had a friend from another place in the United States that I've met personally, calling me yesterday when I posted on Facebook what had happened with my car and wanted to donate money. Now, this friend is overdrawn herself on her checking account and does not have money, but she's a big-hearted person and likes to help people. And she said, when I get my next check, I want to send you money. And I says, please, please don't do that. Don't do that. I know you mean well, but has situations in her own life that I'm not going to talk about in this or any other video that require her attention for her own children. And I'm not, I'm not one of her children or anything like that. She just cares about me, and I appreciate people that care about me. But something has to give in this world to turn things around, because this whole way that money was first created, if those stories are true, when everyone was enslaved and one of the masters went into the jail to find out what they were thinking, and they were planning a big jailbreak and a mutiny. And they says, well, you're not going to be slaves anymore. We're going to take your chains off, but we're going to give you money. We're going to pay you. And so the slaves rejoice. All of a sudden now they're free, and they're doing the exact same work that they were doing before they were enslaved. I know I've told that story more than once on my videos, and I will probably tell it again in the future yet. But folks, in all seriousness, I would appreciate any help that can be given. It doesn't have to be a lot, and I don't want it from people that are struggling themselves. I'd like it from people that are in better situations than my friend is, and than many people that I know are. And I don't know what can be done. If nobody helps me, I will get by. I will find a way. It will happen. But it sure did put a load of pressure on me, and that's why after just 2.5 or so hours in bed, I woke up and my mind starts turning. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And finally, I get up. Over an hour after I woke up, I get up and I come to the computer, and it's not even 4 a.m. yet. My other video isn't even posted yet, but here I am recording my video for November 30th, when the one for November 29th isn't even live yet. Folks, whatever you can do to help, I appreciate it. Whatever advice you can give me, I appreciate it. It depends on what the advice is, though, whether I'm going to appreciate it or not, to be perfectly honest. In any case, I apologize for having to even make a video of this type where I talk about financial need. Hopefully the RV will happen soon, and I will be able to help others. That would be a wonderful thing. I have a friend that insists that it's happening. The latest is by November the 5th or December the 5th. We'll see. If it happens by the end of the year, it will be a wonderful thing. Thank you, folks, for listening, and namaste.